Okay, this video goes along with 2.1 to 2.3 for Math 141. It's the last example. The European sedge warbler has an intricate song consisting of a long stream of trills, whistles, and buzzes. Males with the most intricate songs are the first to acquire mates in the spring. A male who sings 41 different songs is able to pair on the 20th day of spring, and a male who sings 29 different songs pairs on the 35th day of spring. So the more songs, the earlier he gets to pair. Pairing can be dated because the male stops singing when it pairs. Part A, find an equation for the time that it takes to pair as a function of the number of songs known. So that's where you need to be careful setting up your variables and defining your variables. So we want it to be a function of the number of songs. So the number of days depends on the number of songs known. So we want to write that out and define our variables. So our input is going to be S, and we're going to have that be the number of songs known. Actually, I might write this all up here. My input S equals number of songs, or actually sung. And then the output that depends on that is going to be D of S, D for days, I guess. So you can pick whatever you want. So number of days to find mate or pair. Okay. So now I can pluck my numbers out. So 41 songs. So that's my number of songs with the number of days is 20. So I have 41, 20. And then a different set is 29, 35. So I have 2 points, can figure out the slope. I can use point slope formula, or I could just plug into y equals mx plus b, plugging in one of the points and the slope and narrowing that down and put it into the slope intercept form. So it's works well with the function notation. And then once you get that, I'll leave that for you to try, and I'll just pause and come back and do it. I'll just work through it quickly. And then for part B, you can check and make sure that's right, and then work on part B. So go ahead and pause, and then I'll write up the part A and make sure you're matching up. Okay, so the method I used was the point slope, just to show you something a little different than you've seen in the first part of the worksheet. So just plug in the y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, and then don't forget to distribute, just working with the fractions. You could just go ahead and make this be a decimal because it terminates, so that's what I did here. It's a little hard with my s's and 5s. I have to be careful. That's an s. So when you're writing those, just kind of watch for that. Maybe make it a little bit more curvy. So the answer I get is D of S equals negative 1.25 S plus 71.25. Again, you could leave it as fractions, and if you needed an exact answer to be more precise, you would want to leave it as fraction form. However, with a lot of word problems, we just go out a couple places, or sometimes you're just told how to round. So read your directions on that, especially for your electronic homework. Now for part B, how many songs must a male know to pair on the first day of spring? So if you think about what would I have to plug in there, the first day would be day 1. That would be my D of S. So I would just let D of S equal 1, and then I would find S. So go ahead and do the math on that one and check back if you want, but it should be, the answer should be 56.2. And so round up because he has to know at least that. So I would say 57 songs because part of it, song isn't going to cut it for the bird. So I'll do the math on that if you want to, pause and then just make sure you get that answer. You're good. If you don't get that answer, then definitely look at the steps of the calculations. Okay, so here's the wrap up on that. Here's the calculations. Make sure you answer in a sentence for word problem applications. Have a great day.